Some of the biggest cards in sports card history, worth tens of millions of dollars, are still sitting in sealed boxes waiting for you to find. Today, we've updated our list of the most valuable missing sports cards of all time, and we're going to show you the boxes that you need to find to go hunting for these ultra valuable cards. Let's start the list with one of my favorite cards, and I cannot believe that it has still not been found. I put out a bounty of $250,000 for this card, and honestly, today, it's probably worth even more. I'm talking about the LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant 2024 Topps Now Team USA Triple Auto 1-of-1 card. The 2024 Team USA basketball team was certainly fun to watch in the Paris Olympics. The team overcame some very tight games and staged some big comebacks along the way to eventually win the gold medal. And as soon as they did, Topps announced the ultimate chase card for any USA basketball collector. A 1-of-1 triple auto of LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Not only is this card a true one-of-a-kind, but it is also the first time LeBron James has ever signed any card with Steph Curry. The card got so much attention that even Giannis put out a bounty for it. Topps decided to award the card by sending out a redemption for it to one lucky collector who purchased the base version of this Topps Now card. There was so much anticipation around the possibility of winning this card that more than 588,000 of the base cards were ordered. Topps shipped out those base cards to collectors, and a select group of lucky collectors also got a sealed pack to open, which would include either a short print, a parallel, or the coveted redemption for the 1-of-1 card. But surprisingly, 2 years later, no one has yet to claim the redemption, even though Topps confirms that it was sent out in one of those sealed packs. They just don't know to whom. The vast majority of the sealed packs have been opened, but a few unopened packs still remain on eBay. Could the redemption be in one of those? Or somehow did it go missing, lost in the mail perhaps, to never be found? Will the redemption ever be claimed? Or will this go down as one of the biggest missing cards in hobby history? Well, if you want to take a chance of finding it, the few remaining sealed packs on eBay have been selling recently for around $4,000. There is no NBA player hotter right now than Victor Wembanyama. But did you know that one of Wemby's most valuable and important cards has never surfaced? His 2022 Bowman Chrome University Superfractor 1-of-1 autograph has never been found. Unlike the college players in this set, Wemby was shown wearing his Metropolitans 92 jersey from when he played in France, which gives this card an interesting twist. Now, the highest Wemby card ever to sell went for $860,000. But if this card were to surface, it could possibly challenge that record, especially after collectors have seen Wemby compete for the MVP award this past season. Of all of the cards on this list, the hunt for this one is one of the most affordable, because hobby boxes of 2022 Bowman Chrome University basketball are available at major retailers for a little bit over $200 right now, and we sometimes have them in stock at Cards HQ as well. For that price, would you take the chance of finding this potentially million-dollar card? No active player has been more popular among collectors in recent years than Shohei Ohtani. But would you believe that one of his most important cards ever, his 2018 Bowman Chrome Superfractor Auto 1-of-1 batting, has never surfaced publicly? Well, sort of. There is a collector on Facebook who claims to own the card, but he hasn't shown the certification number to confirm that it was in fact graded. So some are skeptical if he actually has the card. The collector reportedly turned down a $3.5 million offer, and actually turning down that offer is probably a good choice based on some of Shohei Ohtani's other recent sales. There are other Superfractors of Ohtani from 2018 that have surfaced and sold at public auction, but his market has gone up quite a bit since those transactions. And this card is simply better than those other cards that have sold. So if it were to ever go to auction, chances are it would fetch many millions of dollars. There is a very valuable card hidden in a box of a fairly recent product that you can still find today. It's a card of the greatest quarterback of all time, but it's not a football card. Rather, it's a baseball card of Tom Brady that has been eluding collectors for the last couple of years. In 2023, Topps juiced up its release of Bowman Draft by having Tom Brady cards with Brady appearing in an Expos jersey, the baseball team that drafted him many years ago. One of those cards, the gold, serial number 12 of 50, got a very special one-of-a-kind inscription. It reads, "If baseball doesn't work out, there's always football." This card got tons of attention around the hobby, so much so that there was a $500,000 bounty placed on this card when it was first issued. But here we sit a couple of years after its release, and this card has still never been found, and the bounty has never been claimed. This is a $500,000 card that may still be sitting in a sealed box of 2023 Bowman Draft Baseball. And you can still find these sealed boxes for sale online and sometimes here at Cards HQ. Prices for a 2023 Bowman Draft Baseball Jumbo Hobby Box goes for around $2,000 today, while the Super Jumbos with 5 autographs are now selling for closer to $4,500. Would you believe the most important card of a generational player who completely changed the game of basketball has never been found? The Steph Curry 2009 Topps Chrome Superfractor 1 of 1 is worth millions and millions of dollars. That is, if anybody finds it. Now, 2009 was a strange year for basketball cards. Topps' license to produce NBA cards expired in 2009 as the NBA shifted exclusivity over to Panini. As a result, Topps had to rush its 2009 basketball products to market. Topps didn't have time to issue separate releases of Topps basketball and Topps Chrome basketball like they would traditionally do, so instead, they put Topps Chrome cards inside of Topps boxes. Now, at the time, Steph Curry's Superfractor was not the biggest chase card. He was the 7th pick in the draft, and many believe he didn't have the skills to excel in the NBA. But today, as we look back at that product, it's clear that Steph Curry's Superfractor is one of the greatest cards of a generation, worth millions and millions of dollars. So where is it? It's possible it was pulled back in 2009 and is sitting in a shoebox somewhere. Or maybe it was thrown away by a mom cleaning up her kids' old cards. Or maybe, just maybe, it's sitting in a sealed box of 2009 Topps basketball unopened today. So the very few sealed boxes that still exist get a lot of attention when they come up for auction. In fact, so far this year, there have been boxes of 2009 Topps basketball that have already sold for between $35,000 and $45,000 for a single box. And these boxes have roughly doubled in price over the last 2 years as the chase for the Steph Curry Superfractor intensifies. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you what Cards HQ is doing on Whatnot, because we are live every single day on Whatnot, morning and night, doing live breaks, single sales, and more. It's a ton of fun. And if you scan that QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, we'll even give you $15 free that you can use towards one of our streams if you are a first-time Whatnot customer. Hope to see you on Whatnot with all of our Cards HQ streams. The rookie debut patch autograph 1 of 1 cards have become the biggest chase cards in all of baseball, but some key ones have still never been found. One of the best ones that is still likely sitting in a sealed box of 2025 Topps Chrome Update is Roki Sasaki's. Sasaki joined the Dodgers in 2025 after playing in Japan's top professional league, and he instantly won a World Series. Now, Sasaki hasn't exactly been playing at a Cy Young level since joining the Dodgers, but his global appeal could still make this one of the most important cards from the ultra-modern era, especially if he improves his game and becomes a true superstar down the line. With Paul Skeen's debut patch selling for $1.1 million to Dick's Sporting Goods, it's not impossible to think that a major collector or company would offer serious money to get the unquestionably best card of an international star like Sasaki. If you want to chase this card or other unclaimed rookie debut patch autograph cards, there are plenty of boxes of 2025 Topps Chrome Update Baseball out there for you to get. Hobby boxes sell today for around $550 on eBay, and we often have them in stock here at Cards HQ or available in our breaks on Cards HQ breaks on Whatnot. Precious metal gems are the most iconic, sought-after basketball parallel card of all time. And 1997 Metal Universe green precious metal gems are the most desired of them all. There are only 10 of each player, serial numbered from 1 to 10. Now, you would think that all 10 of Kobe Bryant's green PMGs would have surfaced because everyone was chasing that card back in 1997. But what if I told you that out of the 10 Kobe Bryant PMG greens that were produced, only 7 have ever been accounted for? 6 have been graded, and 1 was deemed by Beckett Grading to be altered. The graded copies are easily worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even the altered copy sold for almost $150,000 several years ago, and undoubtedly is worth much more today. So where are the other 3 copies of this card? No one is sure. Maybe they're sitting in an unopened box somewhere. Which is why an unopened box of 1997 Metal Universe basketball, if you can find one, will set you back around $30,000. In fact, the most recent one to sell fetched about $32,000 when it sold on Golden earlier this year. It would be perhaps the most expensive soccer card ever sold, if only it were found. Kylian Mbappe is considered to be one of the best soccer players in the world, and he established his greatness from an early age. In 2017, at age 18, Mbappe signed with PSG on a transfer worth 180 million euros, the most ever for a teenage player. He would go on to become one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of that club and win many league titles along the way. And of course, he helped France win the 2018 World Cup, becoming the youngest French player ever to score at a World Cup. So needless to say, Mbappe's preeminent rookie card would command incredible attention and dollars from soccer collectors if it were to ever hit the auction block. The problem, though, is that no one has ever seen it. It probably has not yet been pulled from a box. Now, there aren't many of these sealed boxes left these days, so the cost of ripping a hobby box of 2017 Topps Chrome UEFA Champions League is high. In fact, about $3,200 as of recent sales online. Would you pay $3,200 for a chance to rip and score one of the most coveted soccer cards of all time? It's Michael Jordan's best card in one of the very best sets of the 1990s. The 1997-98 Skybox Essentials EX 2001 Essentials Credentials cards were an instant hit when they first came onto the market. They were very attractive acetate cards with a unique numbering scheme. Each player in the checklist had 2 variants, a now card and a future card. But each of those players had different serial numbering on the now and future cards, totaling to 81. For Michael Jordan, his now cards were serial numbered to just 9, and his future cards were serial numbered to 72. Because of the extreme rarity of his now cards, with just 9 ever printed, they have become massive high-end chase cards for basketball card collectors. Now, one hasn't sold publicly for many years, and it is expected that if one were to hit the open market today, it would sell for upwards of $1 million or more. But this card may be even rarer than you think, because while they were serial numbered to 9, only 6 have ever been seen or graded, meaning 3 of these cards have never been accounted for. Where are those 3? No one knows. But if one of the missing 3 were ever to be found, it would be headline news in the basketball card hobby. If you want to take the chance on chasing one, sealed hobby boxes of 1997-98 Skybox EX 2001 basketball are very tough to find these days. But when one does surface on eBay or other auction sites, it sells for about $5,000. One of the best rookie cards of one of the brightest stars in baseball has never been found. Mookie Betts has done many things exceptionally well in his career, including winning 4 World Series and a League MVP award. But when it comes to delivering one of his best cards to collectors, Betts and Topps have not yet completed the mission. Mookie Betts' 2014 Topps Update 1/1 Platinum card has never been seen. It's a chase card for many baseball collectors, but so far those chases have been unfulfilled. A Mookie Betts 2014 Bowman Chrome Auto number to 5 sold earlier this year for $111,000. So what price would his 1/1 rookie card command? And where is it exactly? Some think it could still be in a sealed box, as 2014 Topps Update was a heavily printed product. Others think that maybe it was pulled, but the collector who found it may not have understood what they had. The 1/1 Platinums look very similar to the base cards from this set. Just the border color is switched from white to light gray. Is it possible then that this card was pulled and is sitting in a binder or a card bin somewhere? Hopefully someday we'll find out. But if you want to chase this card, many box types of 2014 Topps Update Baseball are still available on the secondary market, and jumbo hobby boxes have recently sold for around $850. The Prizm Black 1/1 is the pinnacle of the most iconic setup of modern chromium basketball cards. For many basketball collectors, it simply doesn't get any better than the Prizm Black. But would you believe that the Prizm Black 1 of 1 of the most frequently chased rookie of the last 10 seasons, Luka Doncic, has still never been seen? It's believed to still be in a sealed box somewhere, which is almost impossible to imagine, given the amount of 2018 Prizm basketball boxes that were opened by breakers and hobbyists alike since its release several years ago. Now, consider what this card might be worth. Luka's Prizm Black Gold serial number to 5 have sold for over $200,000, but many believe that the 1 of 1 could command in the millions, making it one of the most expensive modern basketball cards of all time, if it were to ever surface. The thrill of hunting for this card and the chance of opening a pack and finding a card inside worth millions of dollars is why an unopened case of 12 boxes of 2018 Prizm basketball recently sold for $60,500 in late 2025. It's also the reason why here at Sports Card Investor, we focused our 2025 April Fool's video on the hunt for this Prizm Black 1 of 1 card of Luka. Imagine a $1 million bounty for a hockey card going unclaimed because the card has never been found. That's the case with Connor Bedard's 2023-24 Upper Deck Series 2 Outburst Gold Young Guns 1 of 1 card. Connor Bedard was the most hyped young star in hockey since Connor McDavid entered the league 8 years ago. Hockey fans around the world could not wait to get their hands on a box of 2023-24 Upper Deck Series 2 hockey cards for their chance of finding a Connor Bedard Young Guns card and the ultimate chase, the Connor Bedard Outburst Gold Young Guns 1 of 1 with a $1 million bounty attached. But no one expected that a few years after Bedard's debut, the card would have never been found. Now, 2023-24 Upper Deck Series 2 was a heavily printed product, with many hobby boxes still available on the secondary market, and sometimes here at Cards HQ for $200 to $300 per box. So perhaps the card is still sitting in a sealed pack, and maybe in the months ahead, we'll hear of one lucky collector pulling what would have been one of the biggest hockey card chases of all time. Topps first introduced its Superfractor 1 of 1 to Topps Chrome Basketball back in 2004, making the Kobe Bryant copy one of the best high-end cards ever created. Now, 2004 Topps Chrome Basketball was best known for being the second year of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and Carmelo Anthony. In fact, LeBron James' second-year Superfractor 1 of 1 card sold for $720,000 back in 2020 and is likely worth a lot more today. It is safe to say, therefore, that Kobe Bryant's copy would fetch an incredible number when you consider that it's his first Superfractor, and it features an awesome image of him getting to the rim for a layup. That is, if the card was ever found. Kobe's high-end market has gone crazy recently, so it would be fascinating to see what this card would sell for if it ever made it to public auction. And if you want to go hunting for this card, it's going to cost you about $2,000 or more to snag one of the few remaining sealed hobby boxes of 2004 Topps Chrome Basketball that are still sitting on the market more than 2 decades after they were released. It wasn't long ago that Juan Soto signed his historic $765 million deal with the New York Mets. But would it surprise you to know that his best card, which could also make someone a millionaire, has been locked away, possibly never to be seen again? Unlike the other cards on this list, this card was in fact pulled from a box, and it was originally graded with Beckett and given the grade of a BGS 9 with a 9 auto. But then something crazy happened. The collector who owned this card cracked it out of its Beckett slab, trimmed the top of the card, and wiped off part of the auto so it didn't run to the edge of the card. Then submitted it to PSA for grading. PSA gave it a PSA 10. However, PSA later became aware that the card had been altered, so they bought it back off of a collector so that they could correctly put it in a PSA altered slab. Then they locked it away. We don't know what PSA will ever do with this altered card, if anything. So it's possible that the greatest card of one of the greatest young baseball players the hobby has seen recently will be banished from the hobby forever. We're at the end of the list, and we have saved the best for last. The biggest card on this list could be the most valuable sports card of all time, potentially worth $30 million or more if it is ever found. It's LeBron James' biggest card of all time, his true vertical rookie logo man patch auto 1 of 1 from 2003-2004 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection. But believe it or not, this card has never surfaced. If this card were to be found, it would be the biggest news story the sports card hobby has seen in quite a long time. Now, there was another 1 of 1 LeBron James rookie logo man patch auto in this set, which has been found, but it was the horizontal version, which is normally less valuable than its vertical counterparts. And that card sold for more than $300,000 back in 2016, which means it is likely worth more than $15 million today if it were to sell again. But if the horizontal version of this card could fetch over $15 million, what would the more coveted vertical version be worth? Could it be worth $30 million or more? I hope we get the chance to someday find out. But with hardly any sealed boxes from this set remaining unopened, it's also possible that the ultimate missing card will never be found. Collectors hoping to chase this card in a sealed box will have to be prepared to pay upwards of $10,000 or more for a single hobby box of 2003-2004 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection basketball. In fact, a sealed hobby case with 4 boxes sold at Golden in August of 2025 for more than $90,000. That concludes our list of the 15 most valuable missing sports cards of all time. If you know any other cards that you think should be added to this list in the future, let me know in the comments below. And if you're going to take the chance and buy one of those boxes to go hunting for one of these cards, let me know in the comments how you do. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon with our next video. Take care.